This was an interesting clip from BJ Armstrong, someone you know well. I want to play this soundbite from BJ, and then I want to get your reaction to it. This is on the style of play. Here's BJ Armstrong from the Hoop Genius podcast. Here he is.
NBA personnel, executives, head coaches, analytic people tell me to my face, Mo, a 2-point shot now is a bad shot. We only want 3 shots. We want the corner threes, layups, okay, or we want to get to the free throw line. I don't understand. All I know is the best players all shoot mid-range shots. So when I go watch the game, there's no more creativity. There's no more imagination. We have basically robots running up and down the court. You run to the three-point line, I run to the three-point line. I'm beginning to question the teachers of the game. I'm questioning everybody now. I'm not going to be mad at the players. This is what's being taught here. We've stripped the players of any type of imagination. It's more fun for me to go watch a pickup game than to watch the NBA right now. No one plays the same exact way in the pickup game. But when you watch an NBA game, everyone plays the same exact way.
Oh, what's your thoughts, man?
Fire. I mean, real fire, real smoke, real truth. BJ knows the game. He won, 4, 5, 6 championships. Mm-hmm. He knows what it takes. He's an agent now. He's in the mix. He knows what these players think now about playing the game night in and night out. I couldn't agree more with what he said. You know, and here you go. The Warriors won 4, if I'm not mistaken. They won 4 with that style that BJ is talking about, right? So I remember talking to Eddie Tapscott because he was running Washington, the Wizards at the time. And Eddie saying that's who they were going to model themselves after. They had Bill, they had John Wall, those same guys that are similar, right? They're a little bit like the Warriors. They were built that way to a certain extent. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't play that style and find success. They just can't. You know, you're talking about the all-time best shooters in Clay and Steph. And everybody thought that they could pick, okay, we're going to do this. They could pick that model and just shoot threes. How in the heck are you going to tell me you're shooting 32%, right, from the three-point line, and that's better than 2 points? Attacking the rim, you stand a chance of getting to the free throw line. I mean, it is definitely a very predictable game. Is it going to change anytime soon? I highly doubt it. I think that's what they think they have something. And real basketball people, they know that. Case you know that. You know it doesn't work that way consistently for all 30 teams in the NBA. It just doesn't. So I always thought playing to your strength, playing to your personnel gave you the best chance to be successful as a basketball team. Agreed or not, that's just what makes sense to me. But now you have the youngsters. They want to go to AAU games. You ever go to AAU games? They're doing the same thing, man. They're pulling from 3. They're shooting the deep 3. It's very low percentage. And you're going to have success one day, and then for 5 games, you don't have success. So BJ, he summed it up. He really did. But the league they don't want to change. It takes change is hard for a lot of GMs and coaches, and they want to keep it the same. But that's why it's so wide open, right?
Yeah.
Who's going to win the championship? Boston led the league in threes last year, so they won a championship doing it as well. But their personnel is different.
Yeah.
From the rest of the teams that are built. Keep your eye on Cleveland. Don't think that they're a joke either. You don't win 17 games out of 18 and not be a decent team.
Yeah, I like how Cleveland looks, man. They've been very impressive. Their guard play, now outside of Mitchell and Garland, I mean, you have Ty Jerome is balling out there. You have Craig Porter. I mean, they've got a lot of guys that can put pressure on you, man, and they've been relentless. And Evan Mobley's ascension has been really good as well, man.
Yes. And they play that big man ball. You know what I mean? They dump it into those guys. They penetrate. They leave it for those guys. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just old school, man.
Yeah.
And I don't mind threes. I shot a lot of threes when I played in New York under Don Nelson. But I just don't see that being the real formula for success. You look at Boston winning last year, what people always overlook, and even the Warriors when they were winning their championship, what people overlook, Case, is that those teams were good from the three-point line, but they were number one, number two. Do your research. They were number one defensively.
Right. That's what I say about Boston, man. Yeah.
Out of the four that they won, 3 of those years, they were the top defensive team in the league.
Right.
Well.
Right.
And the same thing with the Celtics last year. They didn't give up anything last year as far as easy buckets and things of that nature. So shoot your threes, but you better be able to defend and rebound if you want to have a legit chance at winning it all.
Right, and that's why and tying it back to the Knicks, that's why they have to get their defense back at least average. You can't be in the bottom quadrant of the league and still be chucking up threes. That's why Boston is so impactful, is because they get the extra possessions, and then they're limiting your possessions as well. So it's impactful, man.
Their defensive identity, though, I think it's going to come around. I really do. And it's early, it's not even a quarter of a season yet. But I just think with Thibs under the table, man, he's gonna make that clear, loud and clear. And they have good personnel to defend too. They're not. I mean, guys, Cat's not a defender, but the rest of those guys, they can get down and play deep.